Honorable the judges, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, I'd like to thank Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for giving me a special opportunity in this final round to deliver my speech. Second, salawat and salam always be given to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam as the last messenger. In the previous round, I brought a speech about smartphone, especially about its role and function in this modernization. And in this opportunity, I will still take a theme of modernization as the theme of my speech. And the title of my speech is How Modernization Changed Our Social Life. Okay, before I continue my speech, let me introduce myself. I'm Muhamad Rehan, I'm 18, and I'm student of SMK Dwi Bhakti Ciledug. Ladies and gentlemen, in this modernization, we live in the transition era, transition from the traditional society to modern society. This transition brings some changes to our life. People who were born under 2006 will likely to feel the changes. For example, me. I was born in October 6, 2003, and I do feel the changes. One of the changes that comes real for me is that when I walk along the street in my village, it is so common to see a kid holding a gadget, something that I never saw and did when I was in that age. This situation might have been something normal in this modernization as we live and grow together with technology. There are another changes caused by modernization in our life. And in this opportunity, I'd like to share 3 changes brought by modernization in our social life. Number 1, modernization changed our family environment. Ladies and gentlemen, let's think back to the time when smartphone hadn't been in our life yet, and what we used to do with our family during that time, especially at night. Maybe at the day, we all had our own business. For example, children were busy with their school, mother was busy doing the household chores, and father was busy with his job. It is the same situation as right now, but there's something that makes them different in some ways. Do you know what the difference is? Yeah, the difference is in the way we spend our night. In the past, we used to have a dinner together with our family at the living room. We really enjoy dinner together, and after that, we used to talk and share what our day was. And sometimes, we watch TV program like Opera van Java, and we laugh together, we enjoyed it so much. And during that time, all the family members were focusing on the same activity. Nobody focused on their own activity. I think this kind of situation has become something rare in our modern life. We are more likely to spend our time with our smartphone rather than to spend our time with our family. Number 2, modernization changed our personality. It might not happen to all people generally, but I think I found it happen to some people. As we know, Internet has an amazing improvement in the last 10 years. Internet provides us much information that we need in our lives. It makes us to have a wide knowledge and makes us capable of solving the problems that comes to our life. But this condition can encourage a social disorder within the society, as each people think that they are more superior than others, and it would be difficult to have them in some work together. People will choose to do their work by themselves because they believe that they have enough skill to get it done. This condition brings some negative effects to the society, as it decreases the chance within the society to socialize. Number 3, modernization changed the way we speak. In this last point, modernization changed the way we speak. It doesn't mean that we use another part of our body to speak. But what I mean here is that modernization gives us a variety of words to be used when we are speaking. There are many words that come from social media, but then those words are used in our real life conversation. For example, words like bestie, tuan, and ambiar. These words probably already existed before social media came, but after social media came, these words become more widely known and used. And in this modernization, social media causes some words or phrases from another language to exist in our real life conversation. For example, words like literally, actually, generally, and which is are now being an everyday expression within this modern society. These words are used because these words can represent more what we mean, and it's also used to be heard more trendy. And there is one word that took my attention when I first heard it. This is an Indonesian word, but it has an ending of adverb form in English. Do you know the words that I mean? Yeah. This word is jujurly. I think it's so hilarious because it sounds like an English word, but it's not an English word at all. Jujurly is known as one of the slang words that are commonly used among teenagers in Jaksel. Jaksel is a shortened for Jaksel is a shortened word for Jakarta Selatan or South Jakarta. Jujurly has the same meaning as honestly in English. Ladies and gentlemen, modernization will always be a part of our lives and our next generation lives. And the changes made by modernization will be different for each generation. Perhaps today modernization causes some bad changes to our society. But I believe that none of us who wants the bad changes to happen to our next generation. So now I'm here. I want to encourage you all to minimize all the factors that can cause the bad changes to occur in the future. Let's give our next generation a beautiful world by having a good attitude toward modernization. Well, that's the end of my speech. I hope my speech can motivate you to do better for this life, and hopefully you can enjoy my speech. I apologize if there is a part of my speech hurts your feeling. And thanks so much for your nice attention. And the last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
I'm an icon, man. I'm a girl about a 10. I should fuck her in the Benz.